Hi, my name is Joey, and today I'm going to be reviewing some of these solar panel lights. I was on Amazon and I noticed that there were hundreds of different lights, and so I wanted to see which one of these actually performed as it's supposed to. It's supposed to be bright, it's supposed to be for security, it's supposed to be able to light up your yard or whatever you're trying to light up. I know for a fact when it comes to flashlights, there are some that are really good and some that are really bad. And you can't just go by what it says. You know, sometimes it says this thing is going to be 1,000 lumens and you get it home and it's like 200. So I'm going to take a look at 4 of these different solar panel lights and see which one is actually better, see which one actually produces the amount of light it's supposed to, and we'll go from there. The first light I'm going to take a look at has 60 LEDs on the front. You turn it around and you'll notice a pretty large solar panel. On the back of that, you'll notice that all it takes is 2 screws to be able to mount this. It also comes with a remote control, which is handy to be able to turn the light on and off manually. When I opened this up, I noticed a large custom lithium-ion battery. This next light has 77 LEDs and a rather small solar panel on the back. This mounts using 2 screws and has one 18650 battery inside. The one I got had a switch that was finicky, so turning it on wouldn't always work. This next light we're going to look at has 8 LEDs. It also has a different design where the solar panel is connected but it swivels. It has a power button on the back. This one runs on a single 18650 battery. One thing to note is that the light turns on gradually, unlike some of the other lights that turn on instantly. This last light has 180 LEDs on the front. This light runs on 3 rechargeable AA batteries. The lights swivel, which is handy to be able to point the light. The motion sensor is larger than the other ones. It also has a separate solar panel that you plug in, which is cool because you can place that somewhere else. Since I don't have a dedicated meter, I use an app on my phone to give me an idea of the general brightness of each light. This first light had a reading of approximately 1250 lux. When I finally got this thing to turn on, it gave me a reading of around 1000 lux. This light is very directional. When pointed directly at my camera, it showed a reading of around 2000 lux, with a peak of nearly 2500 lux. This last light was the brightest of the 4. It was able to reach a maximum lux of over 3000. Here I'm doing some tests in my hallway. I had all of the lights off and using only these lights. Here's my flashlight for comparison. I'm using a zebra light, which is rated at approximately 800 lumen. Here is a side-by-side comparison of all 4 lights. As you can tell, they are different color temperatures. Notice the difference in brightness as well. Here is a comparison of all 4 lights next to my zebra light. This is to give you an idea of how much the light fills the room. Notice the gradual ramp-up time on this light, whereas the other ones turn on instantly. This 4th light is obviously the brightest of all of them. Looking at the side-by-side comparison, you'll notice that the second light has some sort of flicker to it. Here I'm testing the range of the motion detection systems of each light. Notice how far forward I have to go in order for each light to detect motion. This last light definitely had the widest range. Alright, so quick conclusion. This one here seems to be a good all-around one. You know, it looks easy to mount. You know, just 2 screws. It seems to work well. When I opened it up, it actually had like one pretty big battery. It's not a standard 18650 like this one or this one. And the solar cell looks pretty big, so it should charge pretty quickly. And overall, the light is good and the remote is a nice touch. So yeah, I like this one. This one here was pretty problematic. I mean, out of all of them, it was the one, like the switch is kind of finicky. Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what's going on with that. And it seemed to be the worst when it comes to detecting the angle at which it detects the motion. And the solar panel looks like it has less surface area, so I doubt that this will charge as fast. When I opened it up, it had a single 18650. Maybe I got a bad one, but you know, this one I'm not too comfortable with. Now this one here, This one I like, but it's a special case. This one I think is more suited for a spotlight. You know, instead of trying to light up your entire yard, this one seems like it would be good to set up next to a camera to get someone's attention. One thing to note is that it does seem to stay on, and the way it works, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it's a smooth transition from dim to maximum brightness. So this one I like. I think it's a special case where you'd use it in areas where you don't need to light up a wide area, but I think it's specific for security. Now this one, as far as brightness, all that, is the winner. It had, you know, the brightest rating according to my phone, so, you know, I don't have an actual meter, but I think gives you a general idea how bright it is. The solar panel is separate. I think that would be good in case you want to mount this somewhere, maybe even indoors, and you can keep this outside, keep this inside, and this would be able to charge the batteries within this. This one's using an 18650, and this uses 3 AAA batteries. I would expect all these with the bigger batteries to actually put out more light, but this one had definitely the most light, gives you the most options. You can change this so you can change the angle at which the light projects, so you can cover more surface area. And the sensor on this one was the most sensitive, I would say. I barely had to move from the side of it. Overall, I think this is the winner as far as brightness and overall just general usage. I'll have a link to all of these down below. You can buy all these on Amazon. So hopefully that was helpful, and leave a comment if you have any questions.